everyone. It's just me today, Alex Byron. Simon is taking a much-deserved day off. We were supposed to have an interview come out today, but because of complicated reasons, that's gonna need to wait to next week. We went to Dark Table last night, Simon and I. That was a lot of fun. It was a terrifying experience. It's a pitch black room in which you eat dinner, so you get to experience what it's like to be blind. I held my fork backwards, I poked myself in the eye, I dropped food on my lap, and just made a complete fool of myself, but nobody saw. So I love licking plates. I often will go to a restaurant and be like, there's great sauce here, and it's going to waste. So I'm a plate licker, and I did it last night in the dark. No regrets. Dark Table, check it out. It's a beautiful day today. I wish I had my Pomeranian. I don't yet. You might know that I love Pomeranians. I think they're the greatest animal on the planet Earth, and I'm including humans in that. I'm gonna get 4 soon: Yogi, Bandit, Fresco, and Kimchi. Probably all rescues from Pommy Country Pomeranian Rescue. Shout out Pommy Country, great place to donate to. And yeah, I'll be taking them for walks soon. Just got to get a pet-friendly apartment. This isn't looking good. The place I'm living now sucks. Showing no love for the animals. My landlord goes, "No, you can't have any. Just one little dog. He's not going to do much damage." But he forbids it. So now I realize that I'm not allowed to have a dog, but there's no law against me making dog sounds myself. So I just go, and when he comes by and asks where the dog is, I let him search the apartment, and I'm just letting him slowly lose his mind. It's a lot of fun. What should I do? I'm going to go skateboard today. They're trying to destroy the Mount Pleasant skate park in the beautiful city of Vancouver. $200,000 to set it up. And now, just a couple years later, they're going to take it down. Not if I can help it. I'm going to chain myself to the flat bar. And I probably won't do that, but somebody should. We need the skate park. Don't take the skate park away from us. Skateboarders mean no harm. We're just out to have a rad time and pop some switch double heel flips. It's not a problem. It's a lovely blue sky up there. I'm in a pensive mood because of the strange interview we just did, because of my life in general is a little bit, I just remembered I have to do stand-up on Sunday. 7 Lounge on West Broadway. Come on down, it's a free show. I guess I need to figure out what I'm gonna say in that. I do have some ideas. I think I'm gonna talk a little bit about Ed Hardy tattoos. I have a new theory about that, so we'll try that out, see how that works. Maybe do a couple old jokes and yeah, some new stuff as well. Man, I could really use a Pomeranian right now. I told somebody I needed a hug yesterday, and they didn't give me one. It's the first time I've ever been denied a hug. It's a terrible feeling. The soft sounds of buzzsaws are cascading over my neighborhood. I used to write poetry. I remember I went through a phase where I would write girls' poems. Let's see if I remember any of them. Let me bring up some of my old poetry that I wrote. This should be good for a laugh. Or a cry. Oh, here we go. Okay. So I went to I ordered a Clubhouse sandwich in a cafe, and the woman who brought it to me apologized for how poorly it was put together, and asked me what I was reading, and I mentioned that I read poetry or something. I was going through a poetry phase. God, that's embarrassing. And then she walked away, and she was cute, so I wrote this. Listen to this poem. God, I thought this was really clever. My heart spins to see another between worlds, a poet between breaths, a forest between trees. It's interesting to note these things as my sandwich falls apart. What a douche. I mean, that is laughable. And then I went back to the cafe a few days. Oh, I wrote my number on the poem, obviously. And then I went back to the cafe a few days later, and she was like, "Oh, yeah, I was gonna call you, but it blew out of my pocket." And she was like, "I guess, yeah, I'll go on a." I think she just felt sorry for me. This is yikes! What a thought. I've been thinking a lot about the big one that's supposed to come soon in this city, the big earthquake. Apparently, it's going to be like a 9.2. That sounds bad. I don't really know what that means, but that can't be good. 9.2. Don't feel completely confident about this apartment that I'm living in right now. It's, I mean, sometimes I can feel it shifting just with 0 Richter scale. It just kind of sinks into the ground a little bit and creaks. So we don't even have a electric elevator. It's like a Berlin-style World War II shell-shocked elevator. You have to open the door by hand. It's yeah, it's a lot of fun bringing girls home to an elevator like that. No one ever uses it properly. They always crunch their shoulder as they're trying to get out, and it's a bad start. And I'm including my girlfriend in that. Even being in a relationship, you want to impress your girlfriend. You don't want to be some schmuck. My girlfriend is quick to remind me that it would be nice if I made more money. So, yeah, I've done the smart thing and started a podcast. But you know what? The podcasting world, it's the Wild West. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. We could get sponsored by Audible tomorrow. Who knows? Only at 11 episodes. Got a pretty strong fan base. And who knows what'll happen with that. I would love to do this as a job. It's a lot of fun. Podcasting. I think they need to come up with a new name for that. There's no iPods anymore, really. I mean, podcast. Those are two kind of unlikable things. A pod is just, well, P-pods are decent. Pod is a neutral thing. It's not good or bad. Cast that reminds me of broken arms. I actually broke my arm when I was young, falling out of a tree fort. It's just about ready. I went to my friend's house, and a family friend. I don't think the kid liked me very much. And everyone got McDonald's. They went out to get lunch, and I decided to climb the treehouse in the backyard. And it had like a swinging ladder. You know, it wasn't the ladder wasn't pressed up against the tree. It kind of swung back and forth like a hijacker's fucking, I can't even think what I'm trying to say. The ladder swung back and forth, and I was, Somalian pirates. I was going to try to do a little Somalian pirate imagery there. And my brain betrayed me. Ugh. I fell out of the tree. I wish I could fall out of a treehouse now. This is brutal. Fell out of a treehouse, smashed my arm, and it hasn't quite healed properly. I'm still a bit of a gimp. So there's that. I'm sure Simon will tear apart this solo episode. That small, gnome-like creature. I had to hold his shoulders in the Dark Table restaurant last night because you go single file. And it's not like touching a man. It's like he's all knobby. That's the perfect word. He's knobby. It's like somebody constructed a human being out of doorknobs. And I mean that on a mental level too. He really is a doorknob. He stabbed himself in the... Well, I guess I stabbed myself too. There was this one point in which the waiter took my knife, and I had to eat veal. And this is another thing. I had to kind of make a quick decision what to order, so I picked the veal. And then I just felt horrible about myself. So I'm sitting in pitch blackness, eating veal with my hands, because he took the knife. Like an animal. I'm like a baby cow killer with nothing to see but my own guilt. Ugh. But it's a beautiful day out there. I can see faces in the cloud. Lovely. I'm gonna have to say goodbye to this apartment. So this, despite the fact that it's no pets, it really has a great view. Short walk to Stanley Park. You know, I've lived next to Stanley Park here, one of the most beautiful places in the world. And I've maybe walked around it or just gone into that area like 3-5 times. Really not making use of this. So what's the point? I might as well just move to some dingy intersection. It'll be a lot cheaper. And I can just bus with my Pomeranians. You know, sometimes you gotta lose something to really be able to appreciate it. You really do. I've been watching a lot of capital punishment documentaries recently. I wake up in the morning and I just, Life and Death Row, BBC exclusive. It makes me feel good to watch this. I can summarize all of them. Don't go to Texas. Don't go to Texas. It's a horrible place. If you get convicted of murder there and sentenced to death, they make you pick your method of execution. So you have to pick between gas chamber, the gallows, firing squad, electric chair. If you're going old school, I guess you pick the marksman. Death by firing squad. They actually they pick 5 people apparently to shoot you with rifles, but they put a blank in one of the guns, so it's 4 deadly shots. And then one guy, and nobody knows who the blank was. So it's like, don't worry, you don't know who killed. Doesn't that just complicate the guilt? Like for the rest of your life, did I kill someone or did I not kill someone? It's bizarre. Do not pick gas chamber. That's by far the worst. And, yikes. Maybe I'll talk about that a little bit on Sunday too. Getting executed would suck. Captain Obvious. Everyone knows that. You know, we're going to be interviewing this psychic soon. I'm really excited for that. Juan the Psychic. Juan the Psychic. Great name for a psychic, I think. Just kind of puts you at ease. At his website, he states that he is a true medium. So, you know, I guess that's the right size. Not too small, not too big. A medium. So anyway, we'll be asking him about the future, relationship advice. That's going to be cool, man. I am excited. I'm going to ask him, how can I stop my receding hairline? I was talking to my my mom's boyfriend about, boyfriend, that sounds too young. My mom's life partner about, because he's bald and I'm starting to get a bit of a receding hairline. And he said that when he was young, when he was my age, he went to the doctor when he was starting to lose his hair, and he'd really psyched himself up for it. He was trying to go, okay, I'm gonna say this the way, and he said, I've noticed that my hair is reclining. He said reclining instead of receding. Just taking a laid back approach on my forehead. And the doctor laughed. And I can relate to that. Simon ridicules me for this. I've been doing this thing where I rub my nails together. Apparently if you do that twice a day in the proper Indian yogi fashion, your hair will grow. I'm insane. I see Cocker Spaniels on the street and I'm jealous of their hairline. Who are they trying to impress? I don't know. I need to eat this pizza. This has been fun. Thank you for listening. Please send us an email at 604podcast@gmail.com. We love to hear from you guys. Say where you're from. We don't get analytics for Canada in terms of geography, so we don't know where and who's listening. So send us an email. Say, hi, this is Mark or Jen or Jane or whatever it is. And tell us if you like the podcast. Tell us if you don't like the podcast. And say where you're from. Where are you from? None of it? That'd be cool. All right, guys. Till next time.